Where you at, Berto?
FaZe Clan is fucked. Everyone left. It's kind of crazy because FaZe Clan had a hell of a year this year. I think everybody, for the most part, that was a part of FaZe Clan was booming, popping off, getting a bunch of motion. Blackboy Max had a great year with FaZe Clan. I know he left, but you know, I think he can pretty honestly say that they contributed to a lot of success that he had this year. So let's get right into it and see what happened, because I just saw clips of everyone saying that they're denouncing the group and they don't want no parts of it.
Y'all, looks like FaZe Clan, like most other orgs, is cooked and going in the deep fryer after what was like a crazy run that they were on. But this used to be a joke and they all played about it earlier in the year, but this time it looks to be serious because a bunch of them started tweeting out. So first, well, not first, but I'm not going in order. Stable Ronaldo, one of their most popular streamers, would tweet out left at FaZe Clan, and then followed by Silky left at FaZe Clan, and then also Jason the Ween left at FaZe Clan, and Lacey also left at FaZe Clan, and would go on to say, shout out to my community for having my back through everything, love y'all and see you soon. So a lot of people were wondering what the hell was going on here, and Blackboy Max's cousin would react to the situation and give a little bit of insight as to what might be going on right now with FaZe and why a bunch of people are leaving, and also what had happened with Blackboy Max.
I'll give you one part. Gang, you see that little townhouse? You see that little townhouse that Max was in? FaZe? They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the f?
What?
Or give a percentage of myself. What the f? But Max is such a good, he just, yo, bro, I just want to. And now, like, Max look crazy, look like egoed out. No, that's not cool, though. Like, taking on the chin, making him look like this ego monster. Don't know the truth, bro. Don't know the truth.
I'm locking in right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
So, of course, he's going to look like this. Oh, this just worried about himself.
Here, I kind of understand what's going on because, dog, like, you're not about to just... This is the thing. The situation that they had was damn near a charity that they expected to keep going. And I always saw Blackboy Max just being bigger than FaZe, more so than him. If they were going to take a percentage, it made sense that he would leave. He's like, yo, I'm bigger than you guys. I don't need you guys. My brand, 5-star, I'm going to get a percentage taken for what? To represent and promote your brand even more? Nah, it doesn't make sense. So I completely understand why Blackboy Max left. And there were these resurfaced texts from Your Age's friend from months ago, from back in May, where
did Your Rage leave FaZe or is he still in?
Your Rage was saying, my fault, I ain't see this, I had to stop what I was doing, fly across the country to handle this BS FaZe stuff. They was trying to F with people's money. It's handled though. This is why I stayed in Florida, FLA. I got newborn puppies I need to be taken care of. Funny enough, Banks comes out of nowhere because everyone's looking at him and they're like, yo, what's the deal? Because people are saying that Banks sold the percentage that he owned, the percentage that he had left, and then he came out and then these new people were like, all right, we got to start making some paper. And Banks says, I have nothing to do with what's going on at FaZe Clan right now. I left 4 months ago and have moved on with my life. Unfortunate to see, wishing everyone involved the best. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm here. Nobody loves FaZe more than me. I keep it a buck. It sounds like FaZe Rain loves FaZe more than this guy. That guy's the only one left. These new gen guys all came in. They all left. FaZe Rain is like the last man standing. And it's funny how Banks is never involved. Like he left because of that crypto MLG situation. But it's funny how all this shiesty stuff is always happening around FaZe Banks. Like Save the Kids, the old CSGO gambling stuff, if you guys remember that, the MLG stuff, and then now this, or different iterations of FaZe. Like the initial time he sold all of it and then bought it back, and then now this. But it's just, you know, he's just trying to help everybody for some reason. Like, it's just all this.
You know what they say, man? Where there's smoke, there's fire, nigga. Yo, real quick, if you like making money, I need you to watch this part of the video. If you don't like making money, then go ahead and skip it, but that really should be none of y'all. I know you guys have been seeing me promote this new app called Free Cash, and the big talk of the town is
this a scam, Berto? What is this?
Well, look at this guy and this guy. All people from our community that are making money through the Free Cash app. The link is in the description. Even one person from my boy Astro Dior's community made $1,000 using the Free Cash app. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you can make free money while playing games on your phone. But let me break this down in a very clear way for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. When you sign up for Free Cash using the link in my description, once you're in, you're gonna see a list of games pop up. You download them, you play them, you beat the levels, get to the certain requirements that they tell you to hit. And once you get there, you're gonna get some credits sent to your account. Every single time you hit the requirements, you get paid real money. And they make the process so easy that you can cash out that money into your PayPal or even gift cards. And yes, it is completely free to use. Now, there are some options where you can spend a little cheese to get through the level faster, but you don't need to do that. The reason why this is even possible is because these games are trying to get new players onto their platform. So they pay free cash to pay you to get people to play the game. Now, I know I showed you a crazy example of somebody making up to $1,000, which it's possible, but realistically, it might take some time. This is just an easy way you can make an extra 10, maybe 20 bucks, just doing something that you guys probably do for free anyway. So if you're gonna be bullshitting on your phone playing games, why not get paid? So if you've been on the fence, this is your sign. Click the link in my description and try out a few games. And when you make your money, take a screenshot and send it to me, bro, because I want to see y'all make that cheese. Because if I'm winning, I want to make sure y'all winning too. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Link in the description, and you're gonna get a $5 bonus using my shit. Now let's get right back to the video. Where you at, family?
Stuff is happening around him, and he has nothing to do with it. It's crazy. Like it's just coincidence after coincidence after coincidence. And I mean, I don't know. Like, what can I say? But Aiden Ross would respond to this situation and give these guys a piece of advice. I'm gonna play that clip for you guys right now.
But here's what I think needs to happen if I'm the FaZe boys. You guys need to leave FaZe, rebrand into a new group so you guys have equity of your own group, right? You guys need to have full on.
He's low-key cooking right now. Now, the only downside to this is if everybody has their own agenda. But if they were genuinely boys locked in, you know, no egos, and we're actually like, this is a family type shit, and the only problem is FaZe and not necessarily what we have going on as a unit, I could see this working.
Equity of your own group. Leave FaZe, rebrand, and that's what you guys got to do. Because then guess what? You all that stuff that you guys don't f with that FaZe stays, and you guys get to go on do your own thing, and you guys have all equity of your own. And that means you guys have full control, and you guys can do whatever the f you guys want to do because you guys own it. That's what I think needs to happen.
This is a great business plan in theory. The only thing I can see, again, is if behind the scenes, these guys aren't really locked in like that, which I could easily see being the truth as well. You know, maybe they're all cool on a business level. Maybe they can collaborate. But, you know, one thing that I have seen when it comes to groups, it's so hard for people to get rid of their egos, man. You know, shit, I was a part of a group my entire career. But the only difference is me and my people, my brother Feek, if you know my lore, you know I'm not going to go through overly explaining that right now. But that's still my brother to this day. Shit, as far as we're concerned, we still in a group. You know what I'm saying? We just doing our own thing right now. So it's like, to get rid of that ego and to be locked in and sacrifice and cater to other people's feelings and emotions and what they got going on, it's hard, man. And that's why so many groups end up breaking up. I mean, again, even us that we're still locked in, we're still cool, we're still 100%, you know, dealing with each other every day. It's like, I'm still doing my own thing though. And when it all comes down to it, because the only person that you can hold accountable and really make changes for is yourself. And that's why, you know, when it comes to this, like, especially like content creation or just art in general, there's so much integrity and there's so much, you know, people just have their own opinions and people want to do what they want to do and feel like they're in control of their situation. So it's really hard to cater to other people's emotions, even with the best of intentions. So I think that's what it really comes down to when it comes to this group shit, bro. Like, it's tough. It genuinely is tough. On paper, it's cool. You know, it's an amazing thing when you can come together with your friends and do something creative. And I would never say it's impossible. You know, I still have so many dreams and aspirations to, you know, want to come together with my boys and do dope shit like this. But it's like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. People have different schedules, but I'm yapping. Y'all get the point, man. But, you know, it sounds good on paper.
Because honestly, bro, I hate seeing go like this, bro, from both sides, honestly. I hate it.
So he's telling these guys, all right, y'all got to start running your own org. And what's funny is FaZe Lacey's brother is saying that that's the plan that they have. I want to play you guys that clip.
What's going to happen is FaZe Clan is going to... Something obviously happened, obviously. And they are going to... Their thought was, we're going to continue to be a group, but we're just going to start our own thing together without FaZe.
And even XQC was having this conversation with Stable Ronaldo a while back. These guys have a very fun relationship. They have a lot of banter back and forth. So I'm going to play you guys that right now.
It's unfortunate to say, right? And I don't want to be the one to bear bad news, right? But this whole FaZe thing, like, it's gonna come to a halt very soon once the pressure is turned up. Because reality is, you guys have no equity in this, right? You're under no contract, right? And soon enough, one way or the other, one of you guys is gonna want more, right? And it's gonna break the cohesion of the group. You guys are getting rolled now, low key.
X, I'll be surprised if this lasts another year. We're not even talking about equity. All that. We're trying to see if we can make some money.
So here, I'll tell you guys exactly the moment when I said, oh, put this on a time clock. And it was a clip. I don't remember the exact video where I talked about it, but it was months and months ago. And it was when Jason the Ween was with Cutie Cinderella or somebody or Sin. No, I think he was talking to Cinna. And he was saying, yo, you got to be on FaZe. And she'd be like, yo, I would be the first lady of FaZe, or like the first girl in FaZe Clan. He's like, yeah, you know, we got everything. You could live here for free. They give us a like video production team for free if you ever want to do anything. All this free. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Because what happened was the person that bought 51%, because that was a disagreement that FaZe Rain had with, I think it was Banks or someone else, but he was upset with the 51%. Like that was the theme, because 51% majority, you get to make all the rules pretty much. So he had to get investors to buy it back. And then he owned whatever part, Banks that is. So the 51% was bought by, I believe it was the guy that owns DraftKings or something, some huge gambling company, and they're paying for the house. This is a gigantic house, mind you. That's why when Blackboy Max's like cousin is talking about, oh, yo, they wanted him to pay 20 bands for that. Yeah, what? Do you realize where these guys are living? And did you see the size of Blackboy Max's room? That thing was, oh, yo, he had a room. That thing was a house. So yeah, 20 bands, or you're gonna either start paying rent, 20 bands, so we can start covering the cost of this house, or you're gonna give us a cut. I mean, I understand. And I understand why Blackboy Max left too. But when you're thinking this guy paid like 51%, right? However much to buy it, and they're bleeding money. Like some people are talking about like, yeah, dude, FaZe makes money from sponsor. What sponsors are you talking about? And also Jason the Ween was like, yo, they don't take any percentage. Lacey said that too. They don't take any percentage of our earnings. So they don't take a percentage of your earnings. They give you a production team and editors. They give you a house to live in, and you give them what? Now you could say like, yeah, we're building the FaZe brand back up. Yes, sure, but they're gonna want to
But at a certain point, it's like, all right, we got the brand back up. Now we need the money. We need the money. That's what it always comes down to, the money.
cash in on that eventually, because that's where they're thinking. They're like, okay, we just put in a bunch of money, we're gonna build these guys up, give them the resources that they need, and and now that we have a brand, we're gonna start gotta start making money. These are business people, like that's what they're after. And it's funny if Banks actually did sell that 30%, and really that guy just he pumped and dumped. He pumped the stock of FaZe. He saw it at the peak and he was like, all right, let me dump on these guys. And then the new guys come in and they're like, okay, this operation, this cannot keep going the way that it's going. And why would they have equity too? Like, yeah, they built it up, but these guys, the streamers are just making so much that they don't need to think about equity. But then there comes they're going to start their own org. And this is where I'm like, this is a goofy, dumb decision. And this is where we actually got to cite Mizkif of all people, because Mizkif has experience doing this. He started an org with Asmon Golden, the biggest streamers at that time. He had a huge roster with the biggest guys. And he says an org is unprofitable. The only thing that came out of that org was Starforge PCs, which is a PC company, which is different from the org. They could have all just collectively promoted the PC company instead of the org, and the org hinges upon its members. That's what the org is. The thing with FaZe Clan that's very unique to it is that it's a brand. So realistically, like, they had a new gen that had nothing to do with the original FaZe, and it's just remembered as such a strong, not just symbol, but like what the brand represents in itself. Whereas a new org, that's not the same. And that's what OTK was. Like, what is an OTK now? You don't really know. And that's somebody that had experience. Said this thing is not going to make money. So for these guys to all come together and create an org, how does that work? Okay, yeah, you all have equity in something, but where's the money coming from? Okay, a sponsor. So now you guys get a sponsor that you divvy up amongst all of yourselves, and now you're making pennies on the sponsor. Like, it's not the logistics, the amount of negotiation, the amount of time that it would take all of these guys to operate an org, and the pennies that they would make in comparison to what they would make just streaming, it doesn't make sense to create an org. The only thing makes sense is for them to just get another crib, which is probably what they were going to do. Because I initially thought that they just all left or they were going to start something new and pretend that they all left. And then for the new year, they were going to come back with some new announcement for FaZe. But when Blackboy Max had this statement to say, that's when I realized, okay, this guy was not playing around. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
One of this is to tell y'all this. We had no control. There was no control. We're just like we're puppets. At least that's what it felt like. You get what I'm saying? Anything could happen at any moment. Bro, Lacey love FaZe. This campaign for this shit. This thing go hard as like hard as like how can that happen, bro? Right? Cool. It come time, y'all know the whole war happened, etc. Right? And then we had FaZe Camp. I'm not gonna lie, for the past like 2 months, I was on some like, damn, like, am I really gonna leave? Am I gonna stay? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was like just on the fence with it because at the end of the day, I fuck with these niggas. But we don't own this. We don't. And we don't have control over our careers as much as we should have. Why?
This is where I don't know how much detail he's going into it, because when you guys look at Blackboy Max now and his content and when he was in FaZe, do you notice much of a difference? Do you feel like he's more free to do things now that he couldn't do back then? To me, it seems like he was able to do whatever he wanted whilst on FaZe. But I think it's just that they felt that they needed, or they had responsibilities and commitments they had to adhere to for the organization, which they would, or which he doesn't have to adhere to now. And I think that is different. And I do think that Max, like I said, felt that he was being used as a puppet to build a brand when he had his own brand. And that's why I always said that he should have left, because his brand is bigger. But then he would go on and talk about Lacey actually getting kicked out. And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Fuck y'all up. Y'all remember when Lacey got kicked from FaZe? He really got kicked from FaZe. He got kicked from FaZe because, according to the assistants and the staff and the cameramen, they said that he had missed a video shoot or something. And we were missing video shoots. And so he actually got kicked from FaZe. Granted, he was allowed back in a couple, later, because we all had combos. But yes, he got kicked from FaZe. So my point of this is to tell y'all this.
So we all thought that this was a meme when he got kicked, but this is where I got to side with the business. It's like, dog, you guys are living for free.
We're doing all this. We're investing all this money. It's like, unless you're fucking sick, nigga, bitch, is part of the agreement. I need you to show up for this video shoot and put this content out.
We're paying for these cameramen and you're missing shoots. What's up with that? What do? You hop on stream. Why are you missing a shoot? Is this guy with his girlfriend? Because that's the only other reason I can think of. He doesn't have a job. He's not in college. It's like somebody's not sick. So what reason do you have to miss a video shoot? There is no reason. And you're living in the place for free. This is like the idea that people have that, like, yeah, they just get to live for free in a place that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably well over $100K a month to rent that place out. And this guy's not even going to show up to video shoots. Yeah, get him the hell out of here. And I mean, he was able to come back, but he probably shaped up after that in the time span between him being able to rejoin and now that they left, funny enough. But this is why I never thought that was going to work. These guys were way too big, and it seemed like there was an even exchange in that, well, even for the time period of them having their place paid for, but they were just making too much money. Like a lot of orgs, the big orgs that have been here for like 10 plus years, they'll sign a bunch of smaller streamers because they can't really afford the gigantic ones unless it's a huge like global org. But yeah, I don't see these guys. If these guys start an org, I promise you that thing is going to end within 18. I don't promise. I don't like to promise of something I can't control, but I will bet that it will be over within 18 months, and it'll just be like, it won't be an actual org. It'll just be like, it'll just be like a little group. But that's kind of what I was trying to say. It's like, it's just too many different emotions and business and ideas and aspirations to be dealing with, where it's just like, I think all the people in FaZe that just left, y'all are
at the point in your careers where you can continue to collaborate. You know, collaboration is king, especially when it comes to this content creation stuff. But just continue to build your own brand in your own situation, bro.
What we're calling our homies. Because it seems like the way Max is talking about it, because he hasn't given too much detail, he's like, yeah, we just wanted to be able to live here and, you know, rock FaZe and do whatever the hell we wanted. And that's not how a business is going to work. These guys, they didn't become billionaires doing that. That's
for sure. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I think it just comes down to, you know, business. It's just genuinely business, and anything past that is, you know, it's not really too much to talk about. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.